What if I told you Chelsea's new manager could be the tactical genius they've been missing, or just another name in their chaotic managerial carousel? Stick around because today we're diving deep into Liam Rosenior's philosophy and why this might finally be the change Chelsea needs. Last time we discussed Chelsea, we touched on their shift toward big data and even AI-driven player analysis. Well, it seems they're doubling down with Rosenior, a coach whose background blends academia, psychology, and cutting-edge tactics. But before we get into his style, let's rewind to that chaotic Fulham match, a game where Chelsea's luck ran out in the worst possible way. Pre-match predictions didn't hold much weight because Chelsea were reduced to 10 men after just 21 minutes. Chelsea's luck was also poor. When it was 11 versus 11, they had two early corner opportunities that were promising but didn't result in goals. The ball was already whipped into the near post and far post areas, and Andre Santos was so close to the goal, practically within touching distance, yet his header hit the crossbar. Even in the second half, when they continued to deliver crosses into those dangerous areas, they finally got rewarded with a goal from a corner. However, by then they were already down to 10 men and had to endure the rest of the match. They relied heavily on goalkeeper Robert Sanchez to hold things together. But in stoppage time, they conceded a heartbreaker. A deflection changed the direction of the ball, and no goalkeeper, no matter how skilled, could have saved it. It was just bad luck. Previously, Enzo Maresca's so-called 5-year lucky streak seemed to keep things steady. But now that he's gone, Chelsea's luck has vanished completely. Let's revisit Marc Cucurella's moment of madness that led to the red card. The goalkeeper launched a long ball forward. Cucurella found himself in a one-on-one situation, lost his position, panicked at the thought of the opponent going one-on-one with the keeper, and fouled just outside the box. He was the last defender, and timing is crucial when fouling. Doing it so early in the first half meant playing most of the match with 10 men. The situation was identical to the match at Old Trafford. Too early. If the opponent had scored from the one-on-one, there would still have been time to recover, but a red card meant playing most of the match at a numerical disadvantage, making a loss highly likely. That's exactly what happened against Manchester United, and the same thing occurred here with an early red card. Chelsea's players tend to lose their composure easily. Enzo Maresca managed to guide them to 5th place, which was quite an achievement. Today, Chelsea also completely abandoned Enzo Maresca's style. They started the match with a fast-paced approach, no longer holding possession. The funny thing is, in their previous match against Manchester City, they tried building from the back, but today against Fulham, they went for a direct approach, essentially flipping the tactics they used in those two matches. It clearly looked like the caretaker coach was winging it. After failing to build from the back in the last match, they switched to a direct approach today, but didn't consider that the opponent and tactical demands were different. The caretaker coach failed to reflect when he should have and didn't stick to a plan when he needed to. Additionally, the fast-paced approach didn't suit Cole Palmer, who wasn't in great form. The caretaker coach still insisted on playing Palmer, even positioning him on the right flank where speed was required, essentially setting him up to fail. Palmer is naturally suited to the central role, but even that basic point had to be reiterated. The substitutions after going down to 10 men were even more baffling. When you're a man down, you need more defensive cover, running, and presence, yet they subbed off Andre Santos, who was their best defensive player. It was a complete mess. Liam Rosenior, the new coach watching from the stands, must have been grinding his teeth in frustration. Of course, Enzo Maresca's sudden departure meant Chelsea's management likely couldn't react quickly enough. They hastily appointed a caretaker coach who clearly wasn't prepared or ready for the role, so mistakes were understandable. However, it's unclear whether the substitutions were being controlled by higher-ups, as the coach didn't utilize all 3 subs. Moving forward, if Chelsea's coach doesn't have full control over player selection and timing, who should be blamed? The coach or the administrative decisions above? I'm not sure. Despite all these mistakes, Chelsea did manage to equalize in the second half and had a few threatening counter-attacks. Their set pieces were dangerous throughout the match. The team has quality, but these past few seasons have been riddled with political turmoil. Additionally, they're in a growing phase. The defensive line isn't complete, and that contributed to today's loss. Even with an extra man, Fulham only had a couple of tricks. Breaking through the middle, which often led to offsides, and capitalizing on second balls, nothing fancy. You could argue that Chelsea could have defended more compactly, but their defense was simply too weak. They couldn't handle Fulham's straightforward attacks in the second half, another sign of poor defensive quality. Changing the coach won't necessarily bring immediate improvements. However, after studying Liam Rosenior's philosophy and background in detail, I think he's worth a shot. First, Chelsea's management likes him because he's adept at using AI and high-tech tools to analyze player data. He graduated from a prestigious UK university with excellent grades, indicating he's open to new ideas, embraces innovative training methods, and values mental health and psychological aspects. How do I know this? Because he's an avid reader and a continuous learner, a thoughtful, scholarly type of coach. His background helps. His father was a professional footballer and his mother was a teacher, blending sports and academia. At age 6, his teachers noted his intense interest in football tactics and constant self-reflection. He would spend days pondering tactics, and his teachers even encouraged him to pursue football studies. He also played the game himself, but after retiring, he spent a significant amount of time studying tactical data, psychology, and sports science, very much like Pep Guardiola. So I'm not worried that he'll stubbornly stick to a Ruben Amorim-style 3-4-3. Amorim's approach is to stubbornly use 3-4-3 whether it works or not, but Rosenior has been passionately studying tactics since he was 6, and now in his 40s he likely understands the full tactical spectrum. Even if he's not a master of every tactic, he at least has a solid foundation. Amorim lacks depth. He clings to one approach. Rosenior emphasizes player understanding, not blind obedience, unlike Amorim, who insists on rigid adherence. Rosenior wants players to comprehend, not memorize, making it easier for them to grasp when to use a 3-4-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Additionally, Enzo Maresca established a flexible 4-2-3-1 system, and Rosenior should be familiar with it. He'll likely build on it, though whether he can elevate it remains to be seen, but at least he won't fail as spectacularly as Amorim. He's also Chelsea's first black head coach, which holds significant meaning. Those who've worked with him describe him as humble, grounded, and patient, a stark contrast to Amorim's so-called outwardly arrogant but inwardly insecure demeanor. It's unlikely we'll see the same kind of disastrous outcomes under Rosenior. The real question is whether he can elevate Maresca's concepts. Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this analysis, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to show your support and love for the channel.